Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. I am Marisha LaShay, the host of this amazing show, and today is Friday, April 18th, 2025. I am so excited to be here before y'all, but your girl is struggling. Can't you hear the drag in my voice, honey? I went to bed last night, but baby, this morning I am feeling the wrath. I just still feel a little bit exhausted. So I'm just bear with me as I make my way. So y'all, first and foremost, give an honor to God for this opportunity. Welcome my returners and my newcomers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for all of your support as well. It was definitely needed. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Second thing that I always like to do is to provide just kudos to those that are supporting me in different places. And that is when I started this breakfast show and it was, up and going, up and going, up and going, up and going. I had set a couple goals. Two of those goals, which was to expand into different countries, which I have. And excuse me, as of today, I'm currently in, 25 countries. Now that is a blessing because God is always in the blessing business, especially when you are being obedient and doing what you're supposed to do. Third thing, according to me being heard in all these different countries, the listeners had to be there as well. I wanted to be able to grow my listening base across all platforms, and I have been able to do that. And as a result, I currently have over 1,600 people that are tuning in to the show. And I'm definitely grateful about that. Thank you, God. This is the day 18 of the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. The show will be in effect for the next 12 days. Wow, these days are going by so fast. But this show only takes place in the months that have 30 days, such as April, June, September, and November. This year, I will also be celebrating my 5th year anniversary of the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. So y'all stay tuned for details of celebration. I look forward to that. Let's go ahead and move into our next part of the show. And that is when we do our mental check-in on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being the worst day of our lives, 10 being the best day of our lives. With that being said, you all, today I'm a solid 7. I can't say that I'm like myself all the way, like very energized. I'm just kind of groggish, kind of groggy, just like, what's going on? It's just kind of slow motion, but I'm just like still willing to do everything that needs to be done. So, you all, with that being said, feel free to share how you're feeling on any platform that you're currently on, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. Drop them numbers if you feel led to share. Meanwhile, today's focus is going to be, what is a content creator? What is a content creator? Okay, so let's talk about it. A content creator is someone who produces and shares original content like videos, photos, blogs, music, podcasts, graphics, or social media posts for an audience. They often share their works on platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, podcasts, blogs, or even websites. The type of content creators are not limited to just YouTubers, vloggers, influencers, streamers, bloggers, podcasters, graphic designers, and meme creators, educators, coaches, and niche experts. I just was like, wow, okay. You know, when I thought about myself as a content creator, I was like, I just have a podcast. I just have a podcast. I'm just a podcaster. I'm just a podcaster. And I'm like, well, you do more than just podcasts, right? I was doing get ready with me, like before I step out to go to the club, that was content. I was doing videos of just like kind of checking in, going live, school related type stuff with my job, with my kids and stuff. And I didn't realize that that was content until after the fact. Sometimes I was showing my face, sometimes I'm just showing my voice, sometimes I was just doing voiceovers. That's a part of content creation. And people, these are like legit jobs. People are making money, people are paying their bills. But before I dive off into my spiel, brief history on content creation started in the early 1990s, early 2000s. The internet was just getting started. Content creators were mainly just bloggers and forum moderators. Platforms such as LiveJournal, MySpace, and GenoCities led the way. Then by mid 2000s, YouTube came around in like 2005, changed everything. Anyone could post a video and go viral. Podcasts started to grow. Blogging platforms like WordPress and Tumblr gained popularity. True. Early 2000s, explosion of social media content. Instagram, which came out 2010, Snapchat 2011, and Vine 2013. The rise of the influencer economy, people began earning money through sponsored posts, affiliate links, and merchandise. Another thing that became very popular is live streaming, which is popular on Twitch and Facebook Live. Now, as we fast forward from 2020, which was during COVID, up until now, content creation became a full time career for millions. As I was previously stated before, TikTok accelerated short form content culture, which means it only happened in a short amount of time. Then artificial intelligence came out, such as ChatGTP, help creators brainstorm and generate the actual content that they are going to talk about. Brands now build entire campaigns and creators. Now, let's talk about the career outlook for content creators. It's booming, and here's why. Low barrier to enter. Anyone with a phone and internet connection can start creating. Multiple streams of income. Creators can earn from ads, sponsorships, subscriptions such as uh, Patreon, merch, online courses, affiliate links, and even NFTs. And then three, global audience. A single viral post can reach millions overnight. Now, when we talk about the stats, the global creator economy is worth over 250 billion. This was according to 2024 last year. An estimated 2 million people consider themselves content creators. Of those, around 50 million are full-time or aspire to be. Wow, that's interesting. Future trends: more creators will build personal brands and sell products and services. Schools and colleges are adding content creation and digital marketing to their curriculum. Demand for video editors, social media managers, brand partnerships for experts is rising. Creators will increase using artificial intelligence tools to scale and monetize their work. Bottom line, being a content creator is no longer just a hobby. It's a real respected career path. So whether you're an artist, entertainer, teacher, or just someone with a voice, the internet gives you the stage. With consistency and creativity and smart planning, it could become a business. And man, you're gonna build a brand, put your content plan together, and even brainstorm a niche and a name. That is really something. Like really, really something that I'm like, wow. I can't believe people are really making full-time careers out of this. And there's no set age to start. If your little baby, if you had a baby and you start posting her, and then after that they just started walking, you still posting them, it's just endless opportunities. And I love the flexibility that content creation gives you, because you could post anything that you would like to post as long as that it's appropriate according to the guidelines of whatever platform that you are posting. But people get so creative people have so much to offer when they give their as they're undergoing their content creator journey. It ha- it's different for everybody, and I just respect it, y'all. I really do. Since I've been podcasting for these last 4 years, it just shown like my growth and where I started from. Because like I always tell people, I started on Facebook Live. I would go live every day, post it on my page, share it, like it. People will tune in. People was able to like kind of pop in, pop out, leave a comment and just kind of go from there. Then I found another space where I could, just kind of do my podcasting, and I did like a poetry book like in 2020, 2000, what was that, 2023. And I was able to have my poetry book, but also be able to like kind of share out, on other platforms before it became like Spotify. It used to be something called Anchor. I was on there for a few years, and then Anchor turned over to Spotify for podcasters, and they took over the platform. And I'm like, I'm still on there, but I don't use it as much because now I end up finding it upgrading to YouTube and StreamYard. And I do StreamYard and I download the episode and I'm able to upload it to YouTube, and I use ChatGTP, to script out what I'm gonna say or give me some ideas for captions, and I mean all kind of stuff. It's just really mind blowing. Like since I've been doing podcasting, I've had to learn how to edit. I've had to learn how to promote. I had to learn how to market. I had to learn how to find topics that are trending. I had to learn how to read my podcast metrics. I had to learn so much, to be able to keep this thing going for year after year after year after year. Did I say that it was easy? Absolutely not. But at the same time, it's just been a commitment. You can't, you know, do what everybody else is doing. Everybody, when they start a podcast, they got microphones. Y'all never see me pick up a microphone ever. You know what I'm saying? Am I downing them? No, but I'm using what I have. It's not fancy. I just had the vision. My dad encouraged me to do it. And that's why I'm sitting here before you all. And that's why this brand is still continuing to grow, because I'm using what I currently have. I'm not going out of my way. And that's what we're saying in regards to content creation. Use what you currently have, because once you use what you currently have and you consistently keep showing up, then you will elevate. You will grow. You will begin to experience, okay, let me get me a tripod now. Let me get this now. You start to add little things. And I'm like, that right there, that's nice. Growth is good, you know? And I'm always thankful for that opportunity, y'all. So, y'all, with that being said, I hope that you guys learned something and just often take this and just think about it. Sometimes you want to post, but you're nervous. Sometimes you want to do it, but you don't know what you will talk about. And that's perfectly normal. You're not wrong. Do it scared. It don't have to be perfect. You have to start somewhere, you know, and you be surprised where God takes you. You really be surprised. So, y'all, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you have any questions in regards to content creation, please feel free to reach out. Um, I'm always open for that. And just being able to help other people and not gatekeep and share the information that I learned along the way. So, y'all, I will talk to y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love y'all. Mwah.